about how the NCAA championships and college swimming helps prepare you for international meets and things like trials coming up?
Yeah, I think swimming at NCAAs, all the years that I did, definitely helped prepare me for racing at big international meets, and then also, specifically this past year, having to do a lot of relays and a lot of racing. That's something that I did in NCAAs. We had to do a lot of races, and there were a lot of relays, and yeah, I feel like doing all of that just kind of helped prepare me, and I wasn't scared like this past summer when I had to do a lot of races and do some doubles, because I'd done that before and I knew that I was capable of doing it, and so I think it was, just great practice for the future.
How did this last year work out for you? I think you were going to school, getting your master's, and then kind of swimming with the swim team. How did it all work out?
Yeah, no, I think it was great. I was happy that I decided to pursue a master's degree, and I chose to do a part-time class schedule this past year, so I only took 3 classes in the fall, 2 classes in the spring, because I didn't want to overwhelm myself with work, but I wanted to have something else to focus on outside of the pool. And so, I enjoyed, just kind of being able to go to class and be a regular student. That was fun. And then, it was obviously nice to still be able to train with the UVA team here, because, that's where I felt comfortable, and I still have taught and everything. And so I feel like that was pretty similar to the past years, and so I enjoyed that.
Did you get another degree in statistics, a master's?
So I'm still working on it. Yeah, I'm taking my time getting it.
Okay.
I didn't want to overwhelm myself, so I don't know when I'll be finishing that. But
how many events are you going to swim in these trials?
I'm only going to swim 3 events at trials.
Which ones?
I'm going to swim 100 free, 200 IM, and 200 breaststroke, and 50 free is a maybe still. I don't really know.
Are you at a point where you don't get nervous anymore?
No, I don't know if there's ever a point where you don't get nervous. I'm always nervous, but I feel like these days I'm more excited than nervous, which is great, because I feel like in the past I've been more nervous about swimming a race. I would just be like scared of a race, and now I feel like I'm just really excited to get up there and race. I feel like I'm ready for trials to be here. Like if it was tomorrow, I'd be excited because I'm done like waiting around. I feel like I'm ready to get up there and race and see what I've done in training.
So what is the master's program again?
Statistics.
It is statistics.
Yes.
Okay. What do you want to do after swimming's over?
Oh, I don't know. That's something I'm trying to figure out. I feel like for a while I was like, I don't really want to swim for that long. Like I want to, obviously I'm interested in like data analytics, and getting a job, in a field like that would be interesting to me, but I don't really know when that time will be. I feel like the more I swim, the more I'm like, maybe I'll just go like one more year, or, I'm kind of just like, I don't know. I can get a job whenever, but I can't swim forever, and so I keep kind of reminding myself of that. But
so what are the perks of being a normal student, like you said, as opposed to what you were the previous year?
I would say, I felt like less of a student athlete, because I technically wasn't a student athlete this year. I was just like a normal, student and a professional swimmer. It was just like my job. So I feel like it felt like a little different just because of that aspect. But yeah, I feel like I really enjoyed just being able to sometimes just walking to class. I didn't have the athlete backpack anymore. I just had my plain black backpack, and I was just kind of chilling under the radar and just going to stat class, and I don't know, it's just it's nice to.
Were you able to go to things that you weren't able to go to previously? Training going on, so.
Unfortunately not really, because my social life is still the swim team, so I pretty much still hung out with them, and couldn't really distance myself from the swim team too much.
So you guys you couldn't hit up a basketball game or anything like that?
Not more than I usually do, no.
Kate, you mentioned being more excited. The excited side of nervous versus the freaked out part of nervous.
Yeah.
When you first made the Olympics and medaled, you touched the wall and the camera caught you. You turned and your face was like, oh my gosh, what just happened, sort of reaction. And now when you touch the wall, you're kind of like, all right. I kind of knew I was in the range of that time or whatever.
Yeah.
Can you talk about kind of that evolution of that part of it, the confidence side and the kind of knowing what you're doing inside.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I feel like, yeah, that was definitely like the most emotion I've ever shown after a race when I made the Olympics, I feel like, just because I actually was literally shocked. Like, I did not think I was going to make it, so I was like, oh my God. But yeah, I mean, I feel like sometimes I'm honestly just like so tired after a race. I don't have the energy to like celebrate, so I'm just like, oh, thank God it's over. Like, that's usually my mindset. But yeah, I do feel like sometimes now, like, I feel like I set really big goals for myself, and then, I'm happy with the time, but sometimes I'm not gonna like, I feel like sometimes I'm still like, oh, I want to be better. I feel like I could do better, and I feel like, so yeah, sometimes I'm not as excited after a race just because I've been able to set, bigger goals for myself.
What kind of edge does it give you when you've been in these positions before? You've done the trials, you've done the Olympics before.
Yeah, I think that, the whole experience in 2021 has definitely just helped prepare me now to go back and feel more confident in myself. I definitely was just so scared and unprepared back then. And I mean, the Olympics in 2021 was my first international meet. So, that was obviously a big jump to go from, just like college swimming to that. And so I was very scared there. But since then, I feel like it's all just come with experience. I mean, I've been to Worlds a bunch of times. I've been to short course Worlds. I've done a lot of meets. And so I feel like at each one, I kind of figured out more and more how to handle myself. And yeah, I feel like I'm excited, and I feel like I'm prepared to, go to a meet like trials, because I feel like it's something that I've done before.
There's so much, we talked to Todd about him being the head coach for the women's team. What is he like to train with and to train under? What drew you to him? What is that experience going to be like, I guess, with him as the head coach for the women's national team?
Yeah, I mean, definitely what, drew me to him in UVA was just his energy. He was very excited about UVA and also about me, and I just remember, yeah, he had a lot of confidence in me when he was recruiting me. He was like, I think you can make the Olympic team, and I was like, I don't think so. And so obviously I feel like he's known he's always known what I've been capable of, and I'm finally realizing that myself. And so having him by my side has definitely just helped me be more confident in myself and helped me be able to, set big goals for myself and, know that I can accomplish them if I put in the work. And yeah, I'm definitely very lucky to be able to have him at a lot of these trips. Obviously he was on staff in Tokyo, and now he's going to be the head coach for Paris. And that's not something I take for granted, because a lot of people have to go to these trips without their coach. And I've done that before, and it's fine, but it's obviously, it definitely makes me feel a lot better to have someone who I trust and, who knows me there with me.
Along those lines, what kind of a benefit has it been to be able to train here with these coaches, with these teammates, and just being sort of adjacent to, not fully immersed in it, but adjacent to what you're familiar with?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I always joke with people, like, I kind of train with my biggest competitions in a lot of races, and I feel like that's a great thing, because for a lot of us, since we train against each other every day, when we get up and race, we're not, like, scared, it's something we're used to, we're comfortable racing each other, and I feel like that's a great thing. And so, yeah, I think we just get excited to get up there and race, and obviously having training partners that are also national team athletes who are also going to make the Olympics has been huge, and I think we just help push each other and make each other more comfortable at these big meets.
How do you maybe manage the praise and the pressure of being in the position that you're in?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely tough to manage. I feel like I always just have to kind of, I don't know, relax a little bit and just remind myself that, I don't know, just kind of like not think too much about everything that's going on, and kind of just like stay in my own lane and focus on what I'm doing. Just focus on going to practice every day and doing everything correctly in and out of the pool that I can do, and then just know that, yeah, whatever happens, happens.
Talking more about in and out of the pool, now that the spring semester is over, what is your day like outside of the pool and outside of training?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, a lot of napping. I feel like now that school's over, I definitely have more time to focus on recovery, which I think is a good thing. And yeah, I mean, it's definitely not, I'm not doing a lot more than I did when I, did have school. But yeah, I feel like I do a good job with just kind of taking my mind off swimming when I'm not at the pool. I have other things to focus on, and I have a whole group of friends, too, who are also trying to do the same thing, so that's helpful. But yeah, I feel like I definitely have more time to focus on recovery, which is good.